Hello and welcome to today's video, which we will be rating and discussing Chicken Little.
My favourite film.
Oh, it's everyone's favourite Disney, tens all around.
I am a little bit biased because I used to work with kids with special needs and this film is played every day. So I've watched this film more than I've watched any other Disney. I hated it the first time.
I'm so sorry for you.
I hated it the first time and that never improved.
Does it just get worse every time you watch it?
But you know what? Fair play to me. I sat down to watch it again begrudgingly. Mainly while we had such a massive delay.
Yeah,
it took me
sorry.
ages to drag me in front of that TV. Because I wanted to try and figure out why I disliked it. I wanted to come up with reasons rather than just monotony.
I also had to rewatch this. So I have fond memories of this film, which is nothing to do with the film. The whole reason why I have fond memories of this film is because does everyone remember Spar Shops? Spar Shops are still a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in your local Spar, you used to be able to rent DVDs for $1.99.
Yep.
So I, with my best friend, still my best friend, don't get to say that much, Karis, went up to our local Spar shop, rented the film, rode our scooters back down to her house and sat and watched it. And that is my fond memory of Chicken Little, because this was just before I moved to Devon. It was one of the last films we watched together as kids, and that's my fond memory. And the only thing I can remember about Chicken Little was the last 30 seconds of the film.
Tell you what, my favourite bit is the ending because it ended.
Wow. Okay, Luke is not a fan. Not a fan. So I will just go into the story of Chicken Little. So basically, we all know the. Do you want to stop?
Okay.
You're scaring our viewers. That's my face. This is what I was like in Brother Bear. So the story of Chicken Little is loosely based on the. Well, it's not even a fairy tale, is it? I don't even know what it is. Just a story of
made
Chicken
up
Little.
as it went along.
Yeah, where Chicken Little thinks that the sky is falling down, and nobody believes him. And then does it turn out to just be an acorn, or does it turn out to be the sky is falling down? I can't remember. It is very loosely based on that. So in this one, the sky is falling down, but it's not the sky. It's an alien spaceship that comes to Oaks to get the acorns.
Oh, okay. Don't get me started on how they name characters. So literally, whoever wrote this script. So let's name Oaks, Ducky.
Yeah,
Bucky.
but that is from the original tale, because you've got Foxy Loxy, Goosey Lucy.
Whoever wrote the original tale was also.
Chicken Little.
I'm trying not to be mean.
But then they just carry this on. So you've got Morcupine, Porcupine.
Right, just move on
Yeah.
because I don't want to talk about that point anymore.
Fine. It turns out to be aliens. There's an alien invasion. The sky was falling down, but it wasn't the sky. It was a part of an alien spaceship.
So
yeah, that's the plot, everyone.
So here's the thing. So Disney films have a theme, let's talk about the jungle today. Let's talk about kind of a western today. Let's talk about the Pocahontas culture. It always has a reason.
The Pocahontas culture.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say. I just
historical stuff.
Yeah, they have a reason to be.
Did you just Did you have some mucus in your throat there?
I think that was called speaking French.
Yeah.
They have a reason of being, and I think Chicken Little, it's strange. So, would you think that this was almost a dry run for Zootopia? I haven't seen Zootopia.
Yeah, neither have I, but from what I can gather, yes.
I feel like, I said that every Disney is a counterpart. I feel like Chicken Little's counterpart is Zootopia, but I hope that doesn't count to Zootopia. I think Chicken Little, though, it doesn't do enough with it. It's kind of my same problem with Robin Hood. There isn't really a theme to the animals they choose. And I get it's based on a book, so that's the one thing I won't...
So, for some of them, there is a theme. So, some of them are so obviously, Goosey Lucy, Foxy Loxy, and Chicken Little are all in the Chicken Little story.
Yeah.
So, for them, that's fine. I have no issue with that. The Ugly Duckling, as well. I have no issue with The Ugly Duckling, because that is another children's story about an animal, so I have no problem with that. But then, Morcupine, Porcupine, why? Runt of the Litter, which is a pig, why? And Fish Out of Water as well is you're just picking sayings and making a character based on those sayings now.
Yeah. So I will live with that. It's Zootopia, and it's about animals living in a city, a really strange city where basically, if you're good at sports at school, like Chicken Little's dad, you are
Yeah.
literally revered for a hero about 30 years after it's happened. And if you're rubbish at sports, like Chicken Little is, you are hated by society. It's literally if high school
It's so
culture
weird.
stretched for the rest of your life. Like if you were a nerd at high school in Chicken Little land, God help you.
You can never outgrow that. You're always unpopular.
I'll keep on getting distracted from my point because there's so many bad things to talk about. But the plot. Okay, so the setting is if animals owned a town.
With animals in the world, because it's very clear that they're on Earth.
Yeah, it'd be a bit weird if like humans were next door. Right.
What are they doing?
However, the story is about two things. It's about a father and son that can't bond after the loss of the mother,
Yeah.
and to an alien invasion. Those two things have nothing to do with a world owned by animals.
No.
So Chicken Little comes across as very, very clumsy very quickly. For one, there's too much in the story. Like, we're always moving forward. There's no time to
They
enjoy.
don't really explain anything.
No, it just zooms along. And because the animals don't actually affect the way the plot's going, they just kind of provide jokes. I feel it's like someone was making it up as they went along.
Yeah.
And that is my educated reason for why I don't like Chicken Little. There are several other reasons, but...
It's just bad. It's just so bad. It just doesn't have a point. And like Lou says, it just moves on. It's like, is it like a father and son film where they learn to bond? We're half doing that. Like, why is everyone animals? Why does no one like Chicken Little? Why is he an oddball? Blah, 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 blah. Now there's aliens.
And like, okay, Zach Braff. I like Zach Braff, who is
Yeah.
JD in Scrubs, and he voices Chicken Little. However... And I know why. So Zach Braff has comedy to his voice, and he's like kind of quite a funny
I
voice
don't
actor.
like it though. So the thing is, I think it's because I'm coming to this now as an adult, and I'm aware who Zach Braff is, and I'm aware how old he is. Like, all I can hear is like a middle-aged man.
Yeah, the problem with Chicken Little is that he's young, but he's got adult thoughts. So you almost need to cast like
A kid.
A kid. And then have the kid have quite an adult script. But you've got Zach Braff, who is trying to be a kid, but also given such adult dialogue, who kind of reminded of the Zach Braff that does really thoughtful indie films. And I just I didn't believe that this was a kid.
Yeah, because if we look back at all the other Disney films that have had child characters in, just super quickly. So Lilo and Stitch, Lilo is voiced by a child. I'm trying to think, like Lion King, young Simba.
Mowgli.
Child. Mowgli, child. Peter Pan, child. Pinocchio, child. And then it's just like, here's a 30-year-old who's going to be voicing, like, probably a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I feel like when Disney were, like, crumbling at this point in the experimental era, and I think they didn't want to trust a child with their vision, and Chicken Little was quite a big character, so I get that.
But then don't make him a kid.
Yeah. Well, then, okay.
Okay, so this is the thing, and this I kind of get. So originally, Chicken Little was a girl, and it was originally, is it Holly Hunter?
Yeah.
Who's the mum in Incredibles.
Yeah.
It was originally her. She was originally Chicken Little, and she recorded all of the lines. Like, she had done that whole film, and then for whatever reason, they were like, no, it needs to be a bloke, and we're bringing in Zach Braff. And with Holly Hunter,
yeah,
I kind of get it. Because I know she's just been a mum, but she's got quite an odd voice.
Yeah.
Is her voice quite squeaky?
She's got a distinctive voice,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
it's good for animation.
So you wouldn't have necessarily questioned that being a child?
Yeah. And my final point for Chicken Little, I think, because I don't want to talk about this very much longer.
No, that's fine.
Is I think so with Disney's, a lot of them, they're either... I think Disney was starting to cater more for the adult, which I said about the Renaissance, like Pocahontas and Hercules and Hunchback, they were for adults.
Yeah, they were aware that parents were having to watch these too. The
best Disneys are for both. Chicken Little, I feel like adults will get no enjoyment from it. It's literally just to make kids laugh. Cause
I got small enjoyment due to like the background joke, so there's like a bull in a china shop joke and stuff like that.
Yeah, Well, no, it's just another saying that they think counts as a joke. There are so many dead jokes in this, and yeah, there's always going to be some good jokes. I'm trying to think of
The
one.
Indiana Jones joke was quite good, where they're watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of whatever at the start. Temple of Doom, is it? The one with the big ball.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, thank you.
Big ball, boulder, she means, folks.
Shut up. And then these, like, Oak's big ball, because that's not boulder, falls off and then, like, goes through the cinema screen. Just as the boulder's chasing after Indiana Jones. That's quite a good joke. That's a good visual gag. No? Okay, right, we'll move on.
Yeah, I just think it's solely aimed for kids, which is why it's ended up played.
Can we just really quickly, before we wrap this up and I get to do my alleged fun facts about this, Patrick Stewart, everyone, finally accepted a role.
The wrong role.
Yeah, he is in Chicken Little as a teacher. He gets about 30 seconds of screen time, and this man didn't get to do Jafar or Cogsworth or Clayton or Frollo or any other actually good characters because of Next Gen, and that is completely fine because I'm all happy we have Next Gen. But why Patrick? Well, I'm not even going to refer to you as Sir Patrick right now because you do not deserve that for Chicken Little.
Fun fact.
My fun sorry, going to rant about Patrick Stewart. My fun fact, so I'm going to read this fun fact, is that there are 250,000 feathers on Chicken Little, most of which are on his head. Also, just let me scroll off my fun facts, y'all. There was going to be a sequel. Oh, I know. Called Chicken Little 2: The Ugly Duckling Story. So this was in production when John Lasseter, we all remember him, Pixar guy, in every Pixar film, was appointed Chief Creative Officer of Disney Animation. And because of how much in the red Disney was at this point, his job was to cancel all sequels.
Hero.
Which is why I'm guessing stuff like Treasure Planet, Brother Bear, Home on the Range, and Chicken Little, Meet the Robinsons, and Bolt didn't get any sequels because Emperor's New Groove got sequels, and as did Atlantis and Lilo and Stitch got many, many sequels because this was the era of sequels, and then they all just got scrapped. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got to say. Ratings?
10. No.
Jesus. Oh God, I swore. that made me drop the F-bomb.
I was managing it through this whole review about swearing. I was feeling proud of myself, and then you get the swear word. I am going to give it a 2. I'm not going to tell you why because I think I've made that clear throughout the course of the video.
Yeah, but why not a 1?
Do you want me to give it a 1? No, I'll stick to a 2.
No, I'm giving it a 1. Sorry.
That's fine. I think it does. 2 and 1 is fine for me. Right. Have a magical rest of your day. Sorry if this is a bit of a downer of a video, but it can all be fun and frolics.
Yeah, sorry, this is the last one I'm going to leave you on for ages as well. Oh, I've actually stumbled across a list of characters that Patrick Stewart didn't take.
Oh, no, we're not getting into it.
No, I'm doing this.
Oh, right, hurry then.
So the characters that Patrick Stewart didn't take and then took Chicken Little was, he should have been the Horn King in The Black Cauldron, he should have been Basil of Baker Street in The Grey Smile Detective, should have been Francis in Oliver and Company, King Triton in The Little Mermaid, Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast, Jafar in Aladdin, Azazu in The Lion King, Ratcliffe in Pocahontas, Frollo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Zeus in Hercules, and Clayton in Tarzan, but instead he is in this film.